Right. I feel like because we were talking about this yesterday, the university that I come from in Guatemala gathered together all the different minds that fight for freedom. So you have a public choice school, you have law and economics, you have a monument to Atlas Shrugged. Of course, they teach you Austrian economics, and it doesn't matter what you choose in your career. You can study medicine, psychology. I studied international affairs and political science. You have to pass through the courses of Austrian economics, and Rand is always there. You know, like the first thing they teach you is liberty is responsibility, is one coin with two sides. You cannot have liberty if you're not responsible of yourself. What you were saying, grow up, right? So I think that I cannot separate what are the benefits that libertarianism has given me from the benefits that objectivism has given me. Like I have both, you know, they are both part of the way that I think, that I conduct my politics, that I try to influence more people. And all I see is benefits from the two. Because, okay, Rand, for me, she gives me the philosophical aspects on how to conduct my personal character, my life. What do you say? Why do you want freedom? How do you answer that question, right? The depths, like if you see a tree, she's the roots. And then the branches are things like, okay, how are we going to make public policy? Like, for example, the voucher system in education, or individual pensions for health. How do you do the pragmatic things, especially in places in Latin America where you have such underdevelopment, you know? So talking with you, again, I understand that I have, this is a unique experience, right? Because most people, either they are objectivists or they are libertarians, and we are still a minority because the rest of the world loves socialism and equality. So,
but even at UFM, right? Imagine if they'd reversed their priorities, which would be my preference, but not theirs, and started with Ayman and built that philosophical foundation, and then brought in Mises and Hazlitt and Hayek, and talked about that. Once you have that philosophical foundation, once you built the roots, then you can build the tree. And then you study Mises and you say, okay, but we can't really achieve this instantly. How do we move towards it? Okay, vouchers and this, a means to moving towards liberty. They're not the end, they're just a means. But if you have that philosophical foundation, everything else becomes 1,000 times easier. Because if you understand the importance of human reason, the importance of the pursuit of happiness, the importance of individual values, of creating a world in which individuals can pursue their rational values for their own survival and flourishing, then, well, what kind of world is that? Oh, obviously, it's a world in which they get to make choices. That's freedom. That's what we mean by individual rights, by protecting individual rights. So capitalism kind of becomes, or freedom becomes kind of simple once you understand this foundation. And then in terms of how does the economics work and how do we move towards economic freedom, these free market economists have a lot to contribute to that debate. But first they have to acknowledge the importance of the roots.
And I think just to go a little further on the roots issue, let's be a little more specific even about something that Yaron has referred to a few times now, about the sort of the foundations for freedom or the nature of reason. Why is freedom such a good thing? All right, I mean, I was indicating a few minutes ago, it's not just, hey, I like it, I want it, I don't like when people tread on me.